Come, let's walk.
I'm going to let you down the stairs. This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate. Hey, that is a man who's just won the 5v5. Frank, just tell me, how happy are you?
Are we going the right way?
You are.
How happy am I? How happy am I? I'm as happy as Larry. I'm happy as Frank.
I just spoke to Eddie.
Yeah.
I can't believe how happy, not happy he is, but like how cool he is about the whole situation. He told me it was a little bit like England versus San Marino, and he got absolutely spanked.
Look, it's been a great concert. It's been great fights, and you know, from our perspective, obviously, I said from the beginning, I fancied all my guys. That's why we picked them, and that's how it turned out.
Did it?
But you know, it's working and cooperating with each other has really been great for boxing, been great for everybody involved. We've had fabulous fights, some really close fights as well, but fabulous fights, fabulous performances. And at the end of the day, it's something we can do again.
Did it feel like a momentum thing in there from the minute that Willie Hutchinson got that win? It just kept going on and on and on.
You all kept asking me what I thought, and I told you what I thought from the beginning.
Hamza Shiraz, when I spoke to him, he told me that he actually really wanted to do this for Queensberry. He picked up those 4 points in there. When I spoke to him afterwards, he said, look, what you guys have done for him in terms of picking him up from the start, bringing him to this moment, not only for him, but a good moment to share for you as well.
Well, the first thing he said in that ring is 4 points. He didn't say, I've just got the eliminator for the world, you know, I'm now the mandatory for the world title, which was quite touching, and I was really proud of him for that. But I was proud of all of them. They all the fighters, every fighter on the card put in a performance, and I mean, Nick Ball was tremendous in a real tough fight. Just, you know, made up for getting robbed in the last time out, and yeah, makes him for me the #1 featherweight in the world. You know, Hamza done brilliantly. He was in a guy who was trying his balls off, and you know, he got caught. And I think that was, for me, that was something I didn't want to see, but I'm glad I see it because he came through it, and he kept his composure, and it was a magnificent win.
Daniel, go on.
Sorry, same with Daniel. Daniel Dubois done the same thing. You know, after all the crap that's been said in the past, you know, he's shown what he's made of, his balls he's got. Again, he had a couple of little rocky moments earlier on in the fight, but he stuck to his game plan, got behind that jab. He's got a great jab, as I said from the beginning. He was doubling it up, letting that right hand go, and he just busted, fill it up.
AJ next for him at Wembley?
Well, that we'll see what happens with the IBF, but look, that seems the natural fight, doesn't it?
That sells out Wembley, doesn't it?
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Frank, a clean sweep tonight. Just how good does that feel?
Well, it's great. I mean, all my guys won. That's what I called someone right. You know, I'd much rather win 5-0 than win 3-2. You know, it was a magnificent night for us.
Obviously sat next to Eddie all night. Was you in his ear after every fight?
No, I mean, we were just talking about. It's very easy to say you're going to gloat, and I said all that beforehand. I'd gloat. I'm really, absolutely pleased for my guys. I'm pleased for us, Queensberry. I'm pleased for boxing, and I'm pleased that we're going to do a rematch.
When's Frank Smith coming into the office?
Well, I'll be pleased to see that as well. No.
I just spoke to George.
Just one thing, guys. I've been following this guy since I walked on.
Let's do this first. Come on.
Frank, Turkey Oleksandr did an interview mid the fight, and he announced some fights in there, October for the Undisputed. It seems like next year he's even looking at Canelo Crawford. Talk to me about how big this vision is from Riyadh.
Look, Riyadh is the world's capital of boxing. You know that now. It's here. You know, it's changed the whole dynamic of the sport. Not just because of what's happening here. There's some great shows going on in the UK now. I mean, there's some really good shows. We've got a fabulous summer. You know, Queensberry shows. I know Matchroom got some shows. Boxer. Everybody's. You know, boxing's really, really on a high at the moment, and that's emanated in a lot of ways from here. What's going down here, and you know, we have His Excellency and his team to thank for that, because they bashed heads together and made things happen. And as you heard, all those fights we told you are in the pipeline are going to be something extra special.
Just
Frank,
quickly,
Frank, what would you like with Gilles Zhang now? Obviously coming back with that Deontay Wilder knockout. He's your fighter. What do you think is next in an ever-changing heavyweight division?
Well, he's going to be in the picture, isn't he? He's going to, you know, he's obviously going to be in another top fight soon. I'd like to give him a fight in China.
Yeah.
You know, there's 100 million people watch that in China on TikTok.
Just quickly, Frank, I just spoke to George, and I think big testament to him for all of this, because all throughout the build-up, even when you and Eddie were still going at each other, he was integral for making fights happen, right?
Absolutely right.
And then for tonight, for it to happen, a real feel-good moment for the family as well, and now everyone's getting along. It feels like boxing's in a real good place, right?
It is in a good place. We're all getting along and we're enjoying it, and we're having fun as well, which is good. And you know, I'm proud of my kids. You know, all of them. You know, whether they're in boxing or not. I've got 6 of them, but it's you know, they've done tremendously well. And George is the CEO of the business, and he's an excellent CEO, and he runs the business really well. And him and Eddie got a good relationship, and they get on well together. And Frank Smith, it's making things happen.
Long may it continue.
I want it to continue, don't you? I mean, it's just been brilliant for all of us. It's been fabulous, and you know, and obviously we're finishing on a high, but. It'll be, as you say, people live to fight another day.
Was it England versus San Marino, like Eddie said? Yeah, it was a bit.
As far as the result, I mean, the fights were competitive. I mean, England v San Marino, to be fair to him, is not really a competitive football match. There were competitive fights in there, but it's nice to come away with a prize, and we come away with a prize, and we kicked ass, so that's great.
Frank, top man.